So today we will study about a device which is called as a transformer. Okay, it is important from exam point of view. I mean to say board exam as well as from competitive exam. Alright, now see, it is a special device in case of electrical engineering or in physics. Right, see, this device has some special characteristics. What are those characteristics? First, it is the simplest device among all other devices. Right, second is it is having maximum efficiency. Okay, as compared to other devices, this transformer is having a maximum efficiency. Third, it does not have any moving parts. All right, so that's why what happens, the wear and tear of the machine is very less. Okay, now come to the structure. This is the simplest type of transformer. Okay, what is the design? See, this structure, this portion, this is the soft laminated core. All right, this is the soft laminated iron core. All right, this N1 and N2 I have written, these are the two windings. All right, this is called as a primary winding, this is called as a secondary winding. Right, I have written primary and secondary. Now see, primary winding is connected to the AC source. All right, and secondary winding is connected with the load resistance. Now what is this load resistance? Load resistance means any device which will work by taking the electrical energy. It can be bulb, it can be fan, it can be any electrical appliance. So the common term used is a load resistance. All right, now see, this N1 and N2, these two are the number of turns in primary and secondary. Turns means the turns which are wounded on this core, right? And this core, these turns are made up of insulated copper wires. Okay, so number of turns of insulated copper wire in primary is denoted by N1 and the number of turns in secondary is denoted by N2. Okay. Okay, now see, the next portion is that what is the principle of transformer and what is the working. Okay, so principle is it works on the principle of mutual induction. All right, so what is mutual induction? It means that when a changing current is passed through one of the two inductively coupled coils, then an induced EMF is set up in the other coil. All right, this is basically your mutual induction working. Okay, now see, the working is what is happening when the AC flows. AC means alternating current. All right, as the AC flows through the primary, then it generates an alternating magnetic flux which also passes through the secondary coil, right? And this changing flux sets up an induced EMF in the secondary, which is known as your induced EMF. All right, so basically whenever the magnetic flux link with the coil changes, then it induces an EMF in that coil, right? And that induced EMF is in the secondary coil, right? So this is the simple working of your transformer. You are changing the amount of flux in the primary, and that change causes the EMF to be induced in a secondary, right? And from the secondary we are taking the output, from the primary we are giving the input by the AC source. All right, so principle and working are your these portions. Okay, you can take the screenshot if you want to write the answers in exam. Okay, now see, come to the theory portion. Okay, I am considering that if phi is the magnetic flux linked with each turn, all right, if this is the condition, then the induced EMF in the primary coil epsilon 1, that will be equal to minus n1 d phi by dt. Okay, you have already studied. And the induced EMF in the secondary coil denoted by epsilon 2 will be equal to minus n2 d phi by dt. Okay, so I am dividing these two equations. So epsilon 1 by epsilon 2, this will be equal to minus minus will cancel out, d phi by dt will cancel out, so it will be n1 by n2. So epsilon 1 upon epsilon 2 is equal to n1 by n2. Okay, this is your equation number 1. Note it down. Okay, now see, come to the next portion. Now if we assume that the transformer is ideal, okay, if the transformer is ideal, then input power will be equal to your output power. All right, so if input power equal to output power, it means that epsilon 1 I1, this is input power, will be equal to epsilon 2 I2, right, where epsilon 2 are induced EMFs, right? So if we are calculating epsilon 1 upon epsilon 2 from this equation, then we will get I2 upon I1, right? Put this equation number 2. Now from equation 1 and 2, what we have written, what we have calculated, epsilon 1 upon epsilon 2 will be equal to n1 upon n2, that will be equal to I2 by I1. Okay, see, epsilon 1 or EMF number of turns, this ratio will be same, 1 1 in the numerator, then both are same, but current will be opposite. Okay, so this ratio, this is extremely important ratio for transformer. This is denoted by K, and this ratio is called as your transformation ratio or turns ratio. Okay, without this thing your answer is incomplete. Okay, so keep this in mind. You have to write this transformation ratio whenever you are asked to write the details of transformer, or while solving the numericals you need this equation, transformation ratio. Okay, now see, transformer is basically used for stepping up or stepping down the AC voltage. Okay, so that is done by simply the number of turns. Okay, n1 is the number of turns in primary and n2 is the number of turns in secondary. Okay, so if n1 is greater than n2, then that transformer is a step down transformer. It means the AC input voltage is high and the output voltage which you will get, that will be low. That is your step down transformer. Okay, if the n2 is greater than n1, okay, then that is your step up transformer. It means you will get the higher voltage from lower voltage. Okay, so basically the use of transformer is to step up or step down the voltage. Okay, so that is done by these two types of transformers, step up or step down. Okay, with the number of turns you can easily identify what type of transformer is that. It is it step down or